The world shattered, not with a bang but a sigh. A fissure split the twilight sky, bleeding light like liquid gold. Alara, perched on her rooftop eyrie, watched in stunned silence. The air hummed with an energy that prickled her skin and raised gooseflesh on her arms. This was no ordinary sunset. This was something else entirely. She had always been drawn to the impossible, the whispers of magic that clung to the edges of reality. But this felt different. This felt real. The crack widened, its edges swirling with colors unseen in any earthly palette. A low melodic hum vibrated in her teeth, beckoning her closer. The hum intensified, pulling at her like a siren song. Fear warred with an intoxicating curiosity. Suddenly the world tilted, buildings stretched towards the rift, their reflections grotesquely elongated in the shimmering light. Alara gasped, scrambling for purchase as the very ground beneath her began to dissolve. She fell, not down but up towards the pulsing heart of the rift. Wind screamed past her ears, whipping her hair across her face. Below, the city shrunk, its familiar streets and buildings transforming into a child's discarded toy box. Terror clawed at her throat, yet a strange sense of peace settled within her. This was a dream, she realized. It had to be. The wind whispered secrets in her ears, stories of forgotten gods and ancient pacts, of worlds beyond comprehension and dreams given form. The colors surrounding her swirled faster, coalescing into fantastical shapes that danced and shimmered. Alara closed her eyes, overwhelmed by the sensory overload. When she opened them again, she stood on solid ground. Gone was the chaotic sky, replaced by a vast, star-dusted expanse. Before her stretched a city unlike any she had ever seen. Towers sculpted from moonlight pierced the heavens, connected by bridges of shimmering mist. Ethereal music drifted on the air, both strange and hauntingly familiar. A path paved with glowing stones led towards the city, beckoning her forward. Curiosity outweighed her apprehension. As she walked, she noticed other pathways branching off, each leading to a different part of this impossible landscape. Whispers followed her, faint and indistinct, like memories struggling to surface. She came upon a structure unlike any other. A library crafted from obsidian and quartz, its spire lost amongst the stars. Intricate carvings adorned its surface, depicting scenes both beautiful and terrifying. Above its entrance, etched in silver script, were the words, "The Library of Lost Dreams." This, she instinctively knew, was her destination. The library's interior was a labyrinth of spiraling staircases and towering shelves that stretched into impossible heights. Books of every size and shape lined the shelves, their covers whispering promises of forgotten lore and hidden truths. A figure stood before a window, silhouetted against the swirling nebulae beyond. Alara's breath hitched. The figure turned, and a familiar face etched with lines of sorrow and wisdom greeted her. It was her grandfather, a man she had loved dearly, gone for many years. He smiled, his eyes twinkling with a mischievous light. "I've been waiting for you, Alara," he said, his voice a low rumble that resonated deep within her. They spoke for what felt like hours, yet no time seemed to pass at all. He told her of the power of dreams, of their ability to heal and to haunt, to reveal hidden truths and forgotten memories. He spoke of her own latent potential, of the power that slumbered within her, waiting to be awakened. He placed his hand over hers, his touch sending a jolt of energy through her. Images flashed before her eyes, forgotten memories, buried desires, and a glimpse of a future she could scarcely comprehend. When the light faded, she understood. This dream was a message, a guidepost on the path she was meant to take. "You have a choice to make," her grandfather said, his voice tinged with sadness. "Embrace your true self, or remain tethered to the mundane." Tears welled in Alara's eyes. The thought of leaving this place, of leaving him, filled her with a profound sense of loss. Yet, she knew what she had to do. He pulled her into a tight embrace. "Go," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "Live a life worthy of your dreams." He released her, and as he did, he began to fade, his form dissolving into motes of silver light. "Remember," his voice echoed, faint but clear, "the dream is never truly over." Elara woke with a gasp, her heart pounding in her chest. The memory of the dream clung to her like morning mist, vivid and surreal. The world outside her window was bathed in the soft light of dawn, the sounds of the city slowly coming to life. Yet everything felt different. She could still feel the lingering warmth of her grandfather's touch, hear the echo of his words in her ears. The dream had changed her, awakened something deep within her soul. She could no longer ignore the whispers of magic, the call of the unknown. The world was a canvas, and she the artist. She rose from her bed, a newfound sense of purpose coursing through her veins. The impossible had become possible. The line between dream and reality had blurred, revealing a world of infinite potential. She didn't know what the future held, but she was ready to face it, to embrace the magic that awaited her. As she looked up at the morning sky, a faint shimmer at its edge caught her eye. For a fleeting moment, she could almost believe she saw it. A crack in the sky, a whisper of gold against the azure blue. A reminder that some dreams, even after we wake, never truly fade away.